I want to go ahead and start off with, why are you even planning on buying a truck? YouTube, TriStars Trucking. In this video, we're going to talk about used truck versus new truck.
For more videos like this, please subscribe.
In the comment section, I want all the owners of a used truck to leave their comments and thoughts, and all the used truck owner to leave their comments and thoughts. I just want to cover this video based on what my experience is now, and also why and if I would buy a new truck now instead of a used truck, and all the ways around it, and all the ups and down, I should say the good and the bad, the pros and the cons. But I don't think this video is gonna be a fair video. Why? Because I don't own a new truck. So why am I making a video about used versus new truck when I don't own a new truck? So all of this is based on thoughts, okay? The new truck aspect, but the used truck is all based on experience. New truck, thoughts. All right. That being said, TriStars Trucking. I want to go ahead and start off with, why are you even planning on buying a truck? I'm gonna start it like this. Wait, before you guys think I'm telling you not to buy a truck, wait for the message, okay? The thought you have behind buying a used truck, all the reasons you have behind you why you want to buy a truck to go out here or come out here. Before you get to that aspect of the whole vibe, making money thing, before you get there, let's talk about your lifestyle. Let's talk about your family. Let's talk about your bills. Let's talk about how you're living, what you're expecting, and the situation that you are in. Let's talk about that first before we even get into buying the truck. Okay? Now let me start off the video by, this is a theory. I'm just gonna get in someone else. This is knowledge right now, okay? Now let's say you're a single person. I was gonna say man, but I know women doing their thing now, are doing their thing also. So I'm just gonna cover this for us, really. So this is it. Let's say you're a single person, right? And you have no responsibility, meaning there is responsibility. When I say responsibility, I mean like kids, because kids are the real responsibilities, you know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah, your wife is there, but kids are the real responsibilities. No, let's say you don't have any responsibility. You just have basic needs, like maybe a car, your house that you rent, you know what I mean? You have a girlfriend or a wife that you guys are pulling through together, right? In that aspect of things, now what you need to do first is to check your bills. Like, how much is it that your house need? How much is it that you have to spend? How much is it that you have to put in your house for the house to run and for you to stay alive with everything that is going on around you? You know what I mean? Before you're thinking about new or used truck. Now, this is it now. Let's say back home, to cover your bills for the month is $3,000. We're gonna do a ballpoint right now. $3,000 for your bill to cover for the month. Now, after you have that secure and have that for a fact that this is what I need for my bills to secure, for my home to run, right? And this is every month. If you miss a payment, you're going backwards. So these payments have to be made. Now, let's look into, you're the only one in the family working. right? And you're a company driver, so to speak, because you don't want to leave like out in the other world and just get into a new truck or get into your own truck and just start running like that. You know nothing. So trust me, you're gonna feel it the hard way. If you don't believe me, if you want to try it, and then come back to this same video and said, try you're wrong or try you're right. Just let me know. But I wouldn't advise anyone that wasn't a company driver to go ahead and own their own truck as the first move. I wouldn't advise it. You know, if you want to do it, you can. I'm not saying you can't, but I wouldn't personally advise it. You are already a company driver, and let's say you're covering the bills. You're covering the bills, and you just have just the amount to get you through or get you settled for the month, and there's nothing leave over. Nothing leave over. I would recommend you to find another job, like find another trucking company to go work for, to see if you can make a better paycheck. You know what I mean? So that those, because if you have nothing leave over, that means, or you're gonna save towards a truck. That means right away you're gonna use your good credits to go and borrow that money to pay down on the truck, and right away you got 2 loans. So if you borrow the money from maybe the banks, let's say the bank gotta give you what that loan is called, personal loan, let's say 15,000, and then you're gonna use that 15,000 to pay down on the truck, and then the truck is another loan. So you have a loan from the bank and loan to the trucking company that you're gonna pay that whatever for, and then you have your bills at home to deal with, and then the company that you're going on with is not a trustworthy company for you guys to even sign on with in the first place to make back that money so that you can get your thing back on track. Now, not straying away from the point, I just want to put that in because those companies are out there that will take you on, tell you they have the work, and then have you sitting down and there is no money coming in, and right there you're in trouble already in the first 2 months. And once 2 months payment has passed, you're on the edge, right? Now, back to, you want to make sure you're saving towards your truck, right? And saving towards that truck, meaning you have to have a certain amount of money to cover you when you get that truck, to cover the expense or to cover your bills or whatnot until you get settled. Because remember, not saying no one should even buy a truck without knowing what company they're going to work for and doing your research on the company they want to work for. No one should even think about buying a truck without that aspect. And the next thing you want is to make sure, well, this part is optional, is to make sure your wife or your girlfriend is okay with you being a truck driver. Because some of us guys can pretend all we want that girls don't have a major factor, or women don't have a major factor in our lives. That when we go out there and they call us and be like, oh, why are you not coming home? What you want to get home, and that stress you out, you know, like trying to get home, trying to get this money, so it's all complicated. So what you find out, someone is walking out, and I know some of you guys gonna say, okay, if she wanna go, if she wanna go, she can go. You know what I mean? While some will agree with you, some would not, because I mean, what is life without a female beside you, right? That part of it is a really tricky, and if some honest guys are here, can leave a comment and state their facts on this, I would really appreciate it. That the woman in your life play a very important role in trucking, because trust me, if you're not going home, it's going to be pressure on you, you know what I mean, to get home. And then it's a lot of confusion. So that part, you have to make sure that part is right, that part is settled, that woman is ready for this, she is rolling with you, you know what I mean. So after you get that part figured out, on to the next step. Now, let's say you get that part figured out, or maybe you don't have a woman in your life, you know what I mean, and you want to just do your thing, then you don't have that part to worry about. You just come on to the next phase or the next step. And the next step is securing that company to work for, securing the company that you want to go on with. Get a lot of information from that company possible. YouTube is a good place to do some research. YouTube is a good place to type in that company name and do your research. You know what I mean? Or make some calls also. You know what I mean? But the best place would be YouTube. Now, another thing is how much they pay. How much is your at home every month expense, and how much is going to be your truck loan. Now, right there is when you're going to know if you can manage a used truck or a new truck. Right in that area, your bills at home, how much that company is going to pay you, and how much is your truck payments. Those three things is the major thing to know what type of truck you're going to buy. Right there. Now, let's break it down. $3,000 out. Remember, we worked this out already. $3,000 for your house bill. Now, the company that you're going to work for, let's say they promise. Let's say, and when you're asking a company how much is the average driver take home, please ask them the minimum. What's the minimum your driver take home? Because 99% of the time, the minimum is the take home. So ask them what the minimum, like a lazy driver, just ask them, if a driver don't decide to run hard, how much does he really take home? And trust me, all drivers run hard, but they will tell you, because they want to tell you in a way that, well, if you come here and you run, you will make this. So just ask them. They will tell you. And that money, that figure that they gave you, use it as your monthly pay. So if you use that mark as your monthly pay, then you will in a situation that if you go to that company and make more, you will be winning, right? Now, let's say the company tell you, okay, we have some driver here that doesn't want to work. They just want to work 2 trips and that's it. They don't want to go home. So they make like $6,000 for the month. So let's say they told you $6,000 for the month. No, that's the money you have to work with. You don't need to. You don't have to. But to play safe, that's the best way, right? Now, I just mentioned 6,000. Remember, 3,000 to run your house. 6,000 the company. You're going to work at that company. You have $3,000 leave. Now, what are you going to do with the $3,000 that leave? You're talking about truck payments. And remember, the reason why you did go for your own truck at first, it wasn't because of you want to make truck payments. It was because you want to make more money. And more money meaning you want to save more. You want to put more away aside for a rainy day, for your kids, for allowance, for whatever. You want to put more aside, so you try to go for a bigger move. So making that bigger move, you want to ensure that you're making enough money so you can save, right? Or put something aside, right? Now, you can't take a $3,000 payment truck, and that would consider a new truck. I think $3,000 a month would be a new truck. Now, that being said, it only leads you down to one next thing, and is a used truck. Now, the problem is, what type of used truck should I buy? Not that question can be answered a lot of way. That is like a religion story. We can talk about this all day, but it all comes down to your preference, what you know work, what you do research on, and what is working for other guys or other people. You know what I mean? So YouTube again is where you have to come and type that in and watch some videos and see if you can gain some knowledge, and see if some of these YouTubers answer your questions through email, because some of them don't, you know what I mean? But I mean, the next thing I wanted to add to that part is if you're planning on going for a used truck, I got some comments sometime back from some of my subscribers, and most of them have used truck. And one specific commenter or subscriber that stand out is one of my subscribers go by the name of Zoom. I think it's Zoomer or something like that. He own a Volvo truck. I think it's 1998. It's a D12 engine, and he brag about that truck so much because he don't have the DF system and he don't have a lot of things to deal with. You know what I mean? In terms of the emission system, the DF, the SCR, and all that, he don't have that on the truck. So that truck is running good for him, and he's making good moves with that truck. You know what I mean? That truck is bringing in funds. That truck is taking him through. You know what I mean? So it all depends on how old you wanna go, or you know, what you think will work for you as a used truck. You know what I mean? The next video I'm gonna build, our next video coming up, is gonna be about used truck, what to look for, what to expect. You know what I mean? And what are the tricks out there with other guys selling trucks. And keep this in mind, a sales rep that sell you a truck is not a trucker. He's just doing his job by selling you a truck. So going to a sales rep to ask, let's say you want to ask, don't get me wrong, some of them really have knowledge about the truck. The truck is fine, but you want to ask someone that is running a truck like that truck for the real verdict or for the real answers towards that truck, not the sales rep that is selling the truck. Never you make that mistake to want to ask a sales rep. He's gonna sell that truck, so he's gonna tell you what you need to know. So keep that in mind. The used truck video is coming up, so please don't miss it. That would be filled with a lot of information. We already cut down the used truck, so let's talk a little bit more about the new truck. Now, let's say all that aspect that we worked out earlier about knowing that maybe a used truck is the best route to go. Let's say everything was the other way around. Everything was fine. The payments that you're getting back, the company promised you $12,000 for the month take home after everything with the new truck. I keep saying used. The first thing with the new truck is, remember, it's 5 years before you complete that payments. Most of the time. Sorry, I don't want to mislead. 5 years is what you get to pay off that truck at times. 5 years. Sometimes you may not make it to the 5 years because you may get a sale for the truck to try to sell it before the 5 years is completed. And, you know, that's all right. But keep it in mind, 5 years to finish pay for that truck. So any amount of payments you hear for the truck is in the period of 5 years. And that is, maybe it's $3,000 or $3,500. And remember, that is within the period of 5 years. Having a new truck all boil down you and your work skills, you and the dedication you have towards your career in trucking. Because this is no time to be sitting around. There's no time to idle. You will have room, but there's no room to build a room. You know what I mean? Because $3,500 is not an easy payments per month. And if you have $10,000 in your account, save up, and you don't get any work for that truck for 2 months, remember, you're down $4,000. And I just mentioned 2 months. So what about the month? What about your home expense? We're talking about $3,500 one time. Your home expense, $3,000 again. So you're talking about $6,500. And 2 months, if you get caught up for 2 months, that's where you're back at square one. So there's no time to idle. Which if you have a used truck, maybe you're paying $1,300. If you have $10,000, you can at least play around with 3 months not working. If a situation like that come up. So that's something to think about. I'm not gonna be too long on this. Like I said, I don't own a new truck. I never did. So, and I don't really know anyone that own a new truck. So for me to really give you more details on a new truck, I would actually just giving you from my thoughts and what I observe and what I know, but not what I experience. You know what I mean? So that's where I give you guys the right information on what I'm talking about. So if anyone that viewed this video are a subscriber to my channel and have or own a new truck, please leave me your take down below. Me and also my subscribers will love to see it. You know what I mean? We read through it, we hear what you have to say. And I know most of my subscribers are used truck owners. So please also go down in the comment area and let me have some time to read and see what's going on. And thanks for tuning in. And this video is not finished. This video is to be continued because there's so much I missed out. I know this because now I'm sitting down and it's all coming back, but I don't want to keep going over some stuff that I've been going over already. So what I want to do is to be continued this video, and I'm going to put it in the video that I'm going to build about this, buying a used truck. So thanks for tuning in. No, it's TriStar Trucking. And you know, I just want to say big respect. And I love the vibes that is going on. Thank you.
For more videos like this, please subscribe.